Welcome to the Mike and JD Show YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. I want you to do me a big favor before you check out this clip. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to throw in a comment and make sure you're a subscriber to this channel. And then I want you to share this video with your friends. Help us defeat the algorithm. And then if you like this content and you appreciate this content, please head over to patreon.com/The Mike and JD Show and support the show. That is how we actually get funded to be able to do this. So we thank you very much for being here. And now enjoy the clip.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you work your A game. A man, no rain from the track when we unite and spit. This is an A game, better bring your A game. Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you work your A game. A man, no rain from the track.
Speaking of not making any money, TNA looks like they might be going live eventually. At least that was what Scott Deneau Moore was planning before he got out. But Dave brought it up on Wrestling Observer Radio earlier this week, and it looks like that might actually still be in play. TNA possibly moving to Full Sail University, which is where NXT used to record, and the whole live thing just doesn't really make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, I could see them going back to like Orlando, like the Impact Zone or Full Sail or whatever, and doing their tapings there, because I think that since they left there, like the show, like the production quality's gotten a lot worse because they're on the road. It costs extra money to drag all that equipment around. I could see them actually going back there, and I always thought that the NXT from Full Sail was always really good. So, like, as long as you put good stuff in front of that audience, they're going to be excited for it. So that makes sense to me. But them going live every single week makes absolutely no sense to me.
It doesn't make, yeah, especially when you consider that NXT back in the day was taped. They taped a full month's worth of stuff and then went with it. No, it doesn't make any sense to me. You're raising your costs rather exponentially. Probably the wrestlers would be excited about it because they don't have to travel. They can just like hunker in and buy a condo, whatever.
Well, and a lot of those guys are on like per date deals, and so what you're doing is you're doubling their amount of dates. So yeah, they would be really excited, but you're also doubling the cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing. I kind of feel like it's a situation where they see WWE, they see AEW, and they're saying, and they're going like, hey, we can do the live thing too. Networks like the live thing. The for the media rights, everyone likes the live aspect. Well, we can do live as well. I think it's a Me Too kind of situation.
Yeah, totally feel you. But I have some TNA fans in the chat, especially my buddy IO Productions. Shout out IO. So there was this rumor going around that when Scott D'Amore got fired, that this new guy, Anthony Chonchon, as I like to call him, was coming in to like slash the budget. And them still thinking about going live, them returning to the Palms, them offering Josh Alexander a new contract that would obviously be more than what he's making now. And the fact that they just signed Alexander Hammerstone and they made that announcement tonight, doesn't that kind of throw a little bit of cold water on the fact that they might be slashing their budget dramatically, which is what we were led to believe in the beginning?
I think we have, look, if I'm talent, I'm worried at all of this, because just because they're look, re-upping Josh Alexander, who is quite arguably their most valuable asset as far as talent goes, in my opinion, that makes sense. This is the kind of guy that you make room in your budget for to hang on to. Bringing Hammerstone in, look, Hammerstone, good for him. Like he looks like a star. He's tremendous. Look. There's a lot of good things out of this signing. I think he's going to be a great fit in TNA. I would, if I'm on the lower end of the card, I'm a little worried about the status of my contract. That's what I'm kind of a little antsy on. If they're talking about doing all these expenditures on production and then bringing in this, new guys. And let's not forget Mustafa Ali is around as well. And he's not working for cheap. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if within the next couple of months, there's a roster purge that happens in TNA. I really wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and I think I've seen some people say that maybe with like contracts expiring, like they would just kind of let people go through attrition, because they do have like a lot of like middle-aged WWE fired talent on their roster, like Big Con and Dirty Dango, and Rhino's still there. Like I could see guys like that like kind of exiting the company, because I think that you could easily replace them with cheaper indie talent. Like, sure. And I think that would be smart anyway. Get rid of those guys anyway, and bring in like younger, hungry, more affordable talent that's more budget friendly for you. I think that would just be a good idea. I think a lot of those people were just friends with Scott D'Amore, so he's keeping them around.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Do we use the term redundancy when it comes to these types of talents, or what? Because I feel like there is redundancy. I don't think everyone's going to have a job by the end of the year in TNA. I really don't.
Yeah.